Like I noticed it last week. It was every workout. I'm just like, yeah, you know, really. It's only been 5 weeks, you know, and then this week I was like,
it's the gorilla mode, mate. Like when I talk to people about the training, and I'm like, yeah, no, you're gonna do one set, and that one set, if you do it right, you're not gonna want to do 2 sets. You know, you're gonna want to. You're gonna.
I'd want to do 6 sets. Aaron.
Yeah, and I want to do 10 sets. You're not gonna want to do another set, and you're gonna want to sit down and not talk to anyone for a few minutes while you know,
I did that last week.
The little birds, like.
I trained like this last week when I know I shouldn't because I don't have the recovery capability to recover from. So I did my leg workout, like I set to death on the leg press, right? And then I did the H squat, that yellow thing that's super tall, yellow, and I just loaded it up.
Bumblebee.
And yeah, right, the bumblebee, and 2 rubber bands. And I just went to town. It felt so good. Right? And then leg extensions, full stack. I'm like, yes, full stack again. And and what else did I do? I think I did 1 set of walking lunges with a 25 kilo bag. All alone in the gym because there's nobody else training. And then Wednesday I felt really off. And Thursday I felt really, really off. And Friday also, I was like, man, I'm getting old, dude. I can't fucking do it anymore, you know?
So it's just like super concentrated chronic fatigue from that one workout.
Yeah.
You can probably easily still train like that all the time, but I mean, to just jump straight back into it.
I think I need some time to build it up, but I'm not really sure if I can. Like, I know my upper body came back pretty fast, but the legs, I mean, I'm going to be 38, you know, this year. And I really wonder if I think I can still get the intensity, but I don't think that I can recover from it. So I wouldn't be able to do it week after week after week. Because now I'm already overtrained. Yeah, or I have to eat twice as much food and take twice as much drugs.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be your main deciding factor there with you and your 3 meals at 2,500 calories.
Yeah, it's not enough.
That kind of training just requires more.
Yeah,
you know,
double that.
You're not going to recover. You're not going to recover with those calories.
Oh, when I was eating double that.
But then at the same time, like once you're so used to training at that intensity, it's kind of like you ruin everything else for yourself because there's no going back.
No, you can't go back. It's
you can't
impossible.
go back. You can't. I've tried like during prep. I was like, I'm so fucked. I've got to try something else. I'm just going to try a couple of pump workouts. And even though I was so tired and so beaten up and so fucked, and I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd much rather do just 3 sets to death and then and that'll call it a day. Yeah. That feels way better than, 10, 15 sets of pump shit.
So what I do now is I go to the gym. I have no structure. I go to the gym and I just randomly piece shit together, right? A piece of workout together. So I can't do progressive overload because I can't remember what I did last workout. So I was on the leg. The weird thing is I was on the leg press, and then I remembered like 2 workouts ago I did leg press. Also at 7 plates times 9 reps. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do 6 reps with 7 plates and throw another plate on and then get 9 reps. And then I got 12. And I was like, oh man, yeah, good on me. And then of course I felt that for like 3 days afterwards. It's like this this structure and this go-getter attitude. It's like imprinted now. And I try to rotate through the exercises, do something different every week. I walk in between sets to increase my caloric expenditure and get a little bit leaner, so I do cardio and workout at the same time, basically.
You can try all of that stuff, but when it actually comes to sitting in that machine and pushing the weight, you're just going to go, you can't not do what you've always done.
No.
So that's a warning to everyone who tries that style of training. You're going to ruin this. You're going to ruin everything else for yourself. It's like eating the greatest pizza in the world, but then remember, all other pizza is going to be shit.
Yeah, and you're always going to go to the same restaurant with the same pizza. And if the guy didn't serve your perfect pizza correctly, then you're like, hey, give me another pizza. Like that happened a couple times. Happened a couple times. So you do your set, and you thought you gave it everything, and then you racked the weight, and you're like, man, I could have done better. And then you do the same set again.
Well, I'll do like if sometimes that will happen, rarely, but when it does happen, I'm like, God, there was one more there. There was one more.
Yeah.
And that's when I'll throw in like a back off set that wasn't in the plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for that one rep that I missed, I'd then make up for it with
another
full set to failure, but just like 10% less weight, like a whole set. And then and I'll make sure that one's to death. And I'll be like, okay, I feel all right now. Okay, but don't do it again.
No, right. Don't let that happen again. Yeah. It's like,
because that's like the punishment, because, you know, although that last rep would have put me in a little mini spaz coma for a few minutes after the set. I still would rather be a little spaz coma for a minute than have to do a whole nother back off set. Yeah. So it's like pick and choose, Aaron. Right. Grind out that last one until you almost shit yourself, or you're gonna have to get back in there for a back off set.
Yeah, that's
do a whole
even
nother
worse.
6 or 7 reps. So either way, it's punishment and torture, but fuck it, I can't do anything else. I love it.
No,
that's why I think as well, like JP is going to be such a good choice for the majority, for that reason, even just for that reason, because I was very worried about potentially having to change training styles. Although I'm very open-minded, I'm always an open book to learn. But there's only so many different training styles, and most of them I've at some point done, and to a pretty decent amount of time where I've done it, I've put plans together, I've tried and tested them, and I've got the data, and nothing has produced results like what we do now.
No, but I think you also can't go back, because when you do volume training, right, or pump workouts, it doesn't feel the same. You don't get that mental endorphin rush. Yeah, that also. That also. But you don't get that endorphin rush, like when you're 4 reps in or 6 reps in, and then the challenge starts, and then you get
fight or flight thing. There's no fight or flight with pump workouts.
No.
There's no like, okay, you need to, if you don't put the foot on the gas right now, you're gonna be fucked.
Yeah, and then you tap in.
There is none of that. There's no like that response. It's like, I can do this. This is easy.
Yeah. No, there's no challenge there.
Maybe at some point, once I've built the physique that I want, I can probably incorporate some stuff just for a little bit of longevity or something.
I tried too, man, but I can't. I always go back to default. Like I noticed it last week. And it's every workout. I'm just, really. It's only been 5 weeks, and then this week I was like,
it's the gorilla mode, mate. That's not the training. You're taking too many. How many scoops are you using?
Just one.
But you use 1 scoop of everything.
Yeah, you have 1 scoop glycerol, 1 scoop Gorilla Mode Nitric, and then 3 capsules Gorilla Mind Smooth, and then collagen gelatin.
Scoop of Gorilla Energy.
Sometimes, but usually I'm pretty okay, so I don't need the energy. Sometimes I take it. Usually at the end of the week, like a Saturday evening, when I'm like a little bit fatigued already from 5 workouts, I do another scoop of Gorilla Mode Energy, and then I got my ubiquinol and my Pico too, and my shake is retarded, But then I go to work. I have my workout, and it's bliss. It's like 1.5 hours of theme park.
Tripping balls, bodybuilding style.
Not tripping balls, but you're so optimized. You got your nootropics in place, and the stuff to take care of the lactic acid, and something to improve mind-muscle connection, and something to increase oxygenation, something to help with heart function, something to help with fat loss.
It's like ultimate combo.
It's like killer combo. And then you go to the gym, and every rep is effective to your goals, to the point you don't want to stop. And then you do finish your workout, and then you kind of crawl home. And you sit here in front of the computer, just dripping sweat. I'm trying to eat my post-workout meal, with sweat dripping into my salmon and my salad. And then I'm like, oh man, I can't do this anymore, man. I'm getting old. I need to change something. And then next day,
as you're sprinkling some nitric on your salmon.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then
I gotta stop doing this. I'm getting too old.
Yeah. Oh, and it's the pre-workout. It's just the intensity, you know. That I've been training like that since I was 15 years old, man. It's so hard to let go.
I think it's I think training when it works for you so well, like if it works for you, it might not necessarily work for everyone. Some people don't like to do that. But yeah, it's a difficult one to let go of, or even thinking about let go of, because I've done a lot of training, and the last 2 years have just been night and day compared to other stuff I've done before. Obviously, drugs and things involved as well, but there's a feeling there from that training that nothing else really replaces it. Yeah,
but the results are there, and it's very enjoyable in the moment, as weird as it sounds, because you're literally training to death and then a couple more reps. but it's such a rewarding method, you know. You get to channel all of your rage and anger. And but I will say, I had a conversation with somebody recently who used to train like this also before, and you think you're channeling your anger into the workouts, but it's actually the workouts that keeps the anger alive. So you stop with this kind of training and you let the anger go, and you no longer channel it, and you just realize like, oh, it's not there anymore. So now what I notice is that it's harder for me to tap back in, because I've been in kind of like bliss, you know, for the last couple of months. And it's really difficult to get that rage back. So I do notice that, like, now that I've kind of let go of that tapping into the demons, it's harder to tap back in.
Summoning the demons.
Yeah, but it gets into such a routine, you know. You go to the gym and you're exhilarated, you know. You go there, you're like, yeah, I'm going to train. And then as you're progressing through the workout and you get towards your first working set, that exhilaration turns into, or at least it was for me, something you don't really want to talk about. And in that 30 seconds of something you don't want to talk about, you feel so alive.
I totally understand. I totally understand. And I think it's maybe one of the reasons why I like training on my own as well.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult because sometimes some of the guys will be like, oh, you want to train together today? What are you training? And I'm like, well, I'm training this, but we're doing it my way. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to be very nice to talk to for the next hour.
Yeah.
You know, and you've got this happy-go-lucky person who's just like, yeah, come on, let's train, let's have a good fun, let's get all hyped up. And I'm just like, don't fucking talk to me. Just train. Yeah.
No, but it's also, when you work out with somebody, you need the guy that you respect highly around you. Otherwise, it just doesn't work.
Or just someone on the same sort of playing field, or someone who at least understands that training style and the mentality that you might be in. Because someone else might do this training style and they might be the happiest, go-luckiest person in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm like, I'm going to be, you know, in my dark place for the next hour, where I'm not like, it's not like you can't approach me or anything. I'm just, I just like to be in the zone.
I'm channeling my shit.
I rarely listen to music. I just just in it. And I'm just like, just don't talk to me. Just, I'm doing my thing. You know.
Did you have that when you were weird? Did you have that when you were at the Muscle Factory, or was it a different attitude?
No, the Muscle Factory, I was just excited to be there.
Yeah.
I was like a fucking fat kid in a candy shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when we trained, it was like, okay, I've got to prove myself here. And so I was like, I beg.
No pressure. No pressure. Oh, you held up very nicely.
Yeah, got the job done. But the rest of the time there was, for me, that was just a big learning experience, just to enjoy that kind of gym and those environments. You know, the Bangkok and Pattaya, both branches, was a really exciting time to be there as well with the new opening.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting lots of new people, you know, being around pros. And it was just a very motivating, very inspiring time. Good few weeks of just taking it all in. Just enjoying the atmosphere and deciding for myself, is this the kind of atmosphere that I want to now spend, you know, the foreseeable future in, as far as the lifestyle and the environment and, you know, a different mindset towards the gym, like as a bodybuilder with the intention to compete, and being around those guys that have done it at such a high level. So it was really, really cool. And then I spent a lot of the time I did my own workouts. So I train with you, or I train with Rocco, or I go and train with like Wheels or whoever was in the gym training at the time. I'd be like, can I jump in? yeah, just come train. Sure.
Yeah, right.
So we'd get some killer sessions in there. And then when I wasn't training, I just stayed in the gym. I just followed the Koreans around, you know, I just follow Bart or Andy or whoever was teaching the class at the time. And I just follow them around, just putting their weights away for them and handing them dumbbells, and just learning, just shadowing as many people.
Right, a little boy in the candy store, just trying to suck
exactly.
it all
I was just like just like the little shadow, the little kid, just following everyone around. The not so little kid,